Yeah.
All right, peace, family. This is Brandon B. Dixon, and I got my guest host Stephen Contreras.
How are you guys doing?
We're tuned into the Power of Ownership podcast. Sorry, we had a few technical difficulties the last couple of days, so we've been trying to get our live together. But we're going to be coming to y'all real soon with more better equipment, better cameras, better lighting, so on and so forth. We're getting a professional introduction together.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have the whole nine, but
Yeah. The flare, the lights, all that stuff.
Merch is out right now as well. So the God is a Verb t-shirt is out right now. We got 21 days. It's gonna be out limited time. So 21 days. Get yours right now. It comes in black or gray.
Yeah.
They're pretty fly. So
where can I get it at?
Go to my Instagram, Billionaire Loan Officer, and click in the bio, and it says, when you click in the bio, you could buy merch, and then go from there. Yeah, they're pretty nice. But anyway, again, let me start the show. My name is Brandon B. Dixon. I'm a published author, serial entrepreneur, mortgage broker, 32nd degree Scottish Rite Mason, and a community activist. And you're tuned into the Power of Ownership podcast. We'll let Stephen introduce himself, and then we're going to introduce the show, and then we're going to get started.
Yeah. Hey, guys, I'm Stephen Contreras here, geologist in Houston, Texas, also a 30th degree Scottish Rite Mason, and just a philosopher of philosophies, I guess. Just a Renaissance man, if you want to call it.
Right. This is the Power of Ownership podcast, where we talk about not only ownership of businesses, intellectual properties, properties itself, but we talk about ownership of the mind, body, and the soul. We kind of bridge the gap between the unseen realm and the seen realm. And we give you the working tools to manifest things and bring things into fruition, success-wise, in this particular material landscape that we're in. Speaking of which, my book is out right now, Sales, the Nucleus of Any Profession. It's out right now. It's been selling like crazy. I'm up to my third royalty check already. So I got the second edition going to be coming out later this year, along with my second book. Stephen and I got a book coming out 2020, beginning of 2020. That's going to be epic.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
So keep on supporting the book. If you hadn't got a copy of the book yet, get that. It's becoming even more evident that you need these working tools in order to survive in this new economy. So this is part 3 of the 48 Laws of Power series. We're not going to keep you too long. We're going to go over a couple of laws each part. And this is one of my favorite books. And I just wanted to give an in-depth breakdown. We have another show coming as well. That's going to be a breakdown show of more stuff. So we're not going to reveal the name because people are still. So once our equipment comes out, then we're gonna unleash this other show, and then we're gonna start doing micro blogs and all that stuff. But we got another show coming out where we're gonna start breaking that stuff down, like movies, lectures, books, so on and so forth. But I just had to break this down because it's so in tune with business. You almost gotta get on the 48 Laws of Power in order to be successful in business.
It's the rules of the game, and you gotta know how to play it.
Right. So let's start off. If you hadn't seen the previous shows, go ahead, check it out.
Yeah, our first video over the 48 Laws of Power, we go over laws 1 through 6. And then the last one, before this one, we go through 7 and 8.
Right.
And today we're going to be discussing laws 9 and 10.
Right. Yeah, that's where we were. Let's just start off with that's where we left off is 8. So let's start off with law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. And again, if you watch the previous shows, I like to break down where I was mentally when I first heard this, which was about, I want to say about 17 years ago, and where I'm at now. Where I was is that, nobody can argue with results. Everything else is arguable, is debatable. Mm-hmm. But if you can see evidence, there's no debate. Like, say, for example,
through your actions, right?
Right. If I was ripped, that was one of the things I used to use all the time, as far as bodybuilding. you can't argue with this guy's in shape. It's no debating that.
Yeah.
But if once I start working out and look like me, now I got some explaining to do. Now I gotta talk. Well, actually I have low blood pressure and actually I'm in pretty good shape for big. Now that's debatable. So you always want to produce results that's in business that's you can't debate with. Look at my business is booming. I have 400 employees. I have a business portfolio. That's not debatable.
You're shaping your own world,
right?
You're making it happen.
But if you try to impress people by words and try to sway them with words, that's not powerful.
Yeah.
That's where I was then, and I'm kind of the same now. The only little twist the maturity twist that I would put on it is that now I look at people the same way as well. I listen to them, yeah. I listen to them, and I don't argue back. But now I just, as far as trusting them, I want to show improve. Show me what you're talking about.
Yeah, your actions.
Right. Show me your actions, or show me what you built in order for me to actually believe you. But yeah, go ahead on that.
Yeah, I like this one a lot too. To be successful, you have to really live your life by this. Always set the best example you can. Be the hardest one working in the room at all times. And the reason the argument part ever comes up is because people get jealous, right? They see your success that you're trying to build, and they're always trying to challenge you, right? It's the animal nature in all of us. And what happens is like they're going to argue and argue and argue, and that they might think they're winning, like the battle, right? Like if you win an argument, you're going to win the battle, but you're going to lose the war, is the common saying. And it's almost not even worth the energy to even argue because they're not going to change their opinion anyway, right? So it's based solely on your actions. Your actions shape where you want to be. It's because of your actions is each step in life that you take, and each lesson, step, it's all there for a reason, and you have to learn from them. Your actions speak louder than words.
Right. I mean, that's pretty an easy one in a nutshell. Like I said, get to where you can't argue with results. And people tell on themselves, the loudest talkers are usually the brokest. Mm-hmm. The loudest speakers, they're trying to win you over with their words and trying to browbeat you into, you believing what they're saying. They're usually full of it.
Yeah, it goes back to one of the previous laws. Silence is a virtue, right?
Right.
And sometimes, it's just better to let the guy win.
Right.
Even though, you're right.
Right. I mean, that one is self-explanatory. Always get results, strive for results. Don't strive for, sympathy points.
Yeah, there's no shortcuts.
Yeah, there's no sympathy points. People don't care. They want to see it. Mm-hmm. They want to really see it. They don't want to hear about it. They want to see it. Yeah. Law number 10. And this is one of my favorites still to this day. Same. Infection. Avoid the unhappy or the unlucky. What I thought then is similar to what I thought now. These are kind of didn't change that much. It didn't evolve that much for me. Misery loves company. Plain and simple. People that even family members that have a negative spin on life usually are going to try to bring you down to their level. I used to always have a cliche. When you're running a marathon and people that can't keep up, they can either do one thing. They can either speed up or they could try to trip you up to try to slow you down. And most people are going to do the latter because it's easier to do. You got to actually, dig down deep if you want to try to keep up and try to pump up your speed. Most people don't want to do that. They'd rather just stick that leg out, trip you up. That way you could either fall or, quit the race, hurt yourself, injure yourself, so you quit the race.
Yeah, and that's really sad, honestly.
Right.
Most people weren't like that.
Well, I mean, that's why these rules and laws are so powerful because, unfortunately, it is. It just is what it is. You can't change the rules of the game. Either you quit quiet, don't cry about the rules. Either learn how to play the rules, learn within the rules, and learn how to play the game within the rules. Or
And that's what we're trying to do, right?
Right.
We're trying to teach you guys how to play by the rules.
right. So it is what it is. I know it shouldn't be like that, but it just is what it is. So have your antennas up and be on the lookout, because there are people that just will not do the right thing. They will not pick themselves up. They will not better themselves. They're the opposite of what we try to teach, what we're all about. Avoid them like the plague.
Mhm.
Sad to say. I know, a lot of people with a charitable heart, including myself, want to help everybody, but you help people through your work.
Mhm. I've had to learn that the hard way, actually.
Right.
And so I just always want to be trying to help people, and I do like helping people, but
Right.
if they don't want to help themselves, you can't do anything about
Right.
it. Like, no matter how hard you try.
I mean, even, just put it out there.
Mhm.
Put it out there, and hey, it's up to you. This book could literally make you money. Most people just don't buy it.
Yeah.
It's people that want to help themselves and want to increase, they buy it.
Yeah.
So, that's the way you help people, help the ones that want help themselves.
Exactly. And they'll always help themselves too.
Right. So
And I like to distance myself actually from unhappy and unlucky people, or like if I feel it already coming, I try to give them a little bit of boost of energy, some positivity, and see if they're listening or not.
well, this is the thing. Again, the boost I give them is by this podcast,
Mhm.
is by this book, is by my social media, is by my daily vlog, Ape, all positive energy. That's how I give you the boost. Again, if you have this negativity in your cipher, it has no choice but to bring you down if you have negativity around you. So even family members, there's family members that I just don't talk to.
Yeah.
It just is what it is, So, I mean, they will never be on the same frequency. I think family is a group of people that's on the same agenda, on the same frequency, striving to one common goal.
That's the true definition.
That's the true definition of family. Just because we're blood related doesn't mean that we're family.
Yeah, because once you start learning how to play by the rules, you'll see everyone's lying all the time. The world is so dark and twisted that, like, there's a lot of unhappy people, and like you said, they will trip you up, and they will try to.
Right.
Make sure of that.
So, I mean, we were talking about this earlier. We're not going to go into the camera, but I mean, if you can't compete, and if you can't, let's say a lot of people, especially older people, they have reached the point in their life where things had not turned out where they wanted them to turn out.
Mhm.
And with that being said, people that have a little snap, a little potential, they automatically dislike that because it reminds them of what they're not doing or what they hadn't become.
Yeah, it's almost like living in the past, right?
Right. So they automatically resent you. They automatically try to find flaws in what you're doing, even when nothing is there. It's going to be a reach. So my thing is, and I'm going to go ahead, wrap it up because we don't want to be too long. What we were talking about earlier is I do the what's called the cop stance mentally.
Yeah. Why is that?
And the cop stance is, when cops come try to shoot at a suspect, they aim sideways, and I think it's one side where your heart's not, to the opposite side. That way you have a shallower target, and then even if you shoot me in the side, it's not where my vital organs.
So it's not like the movies?
Right. No, it's to the side. That way you have a narrower target. So I know people, once you do things and you make plays and you become the shining star, people are going to shoot at you.
Mhm.
I make the target smaller and I make it hard for you to catch me out. It's a moving target.
That's a good way to look at it. I like it.
Right. So that way it's hard to shoot at me. So from the beginning, I've always been very, 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 very distinct and very selective with my words. So shoot me if you can.
Yeah.
I invite you to, so, good luck.
Yeah. And
I made it tough for you.
yeah, and it goes back to that law,
Right.
people are infected,
Right. It's infectious. So we're not going to keep you too long. Study this book. It's by Robert Greene, The 48 Laws of Power. We're going to be actually today with another episode here. So with that, I'm gonna say peace. And God is a verb, and you know what I'm saying?
Buy the merchandise. Come
Buy the
on, guys.
merchandise, and personal responsibility is your only savior. So with that, I'm gonna say peace.